Hi everyone, it's Katherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout I'm creating for the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. And I'm also participating in the 20 days of Christmas and summer cut files. So today's prompt is Foliage, and I'm using this Joy 3 cut file. So it's just been released in the shop, and I've cut it out of some of the green paper from the Joyful collection by Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I really love that foliage, and I wanted to pick up on the red as well. So I have used the red paper from, I don't know any of the names of these papers, I'm really sorry, but I have used that to back or make a frame for my base, and then I'm using a polka dot paper. I think that may be from the Merry and Bright collection, and I'm just using a couple of these papers from the A5 paper stack to back the two sort of most important photos. The other one is just of an ornament. The other two have my son making crazy faces at all the Christmas decorations that were in the trees in our street. Some neighbors had put them up, and it was just really fun to have them there. So I am just using that inner piece of the Joy cut file just to place down this center part of the O there. And the great news is I'll be able to use that word joy on another layout somewhere else. But I really love that foliage, and as I said, the prompt for today is foliage, so I really thought this cut file worked really well. So I have just stuck down the actual word, and I've left the foliage loose so that it gives it a bit of dimension. Now I'm just going to go through and sort of embellish. I'm going to create a couple of clusters around my photos to make them really stand out and pop, because that title is really large, but I wanted to make sure that, the photos were really, really popping out as well. So I have put that banner down the bottom. There was a little bit of awkward space in terms of how that photo was sitting. Now I'm just creating some floral clusters at either side of these three photos. These florals I fussy cut from paper from the Merry and Bright collection, probably both the 12 by 12 and the A5. I'm just putting some foam adhesive or foam squares on the back of this banner piece just to make it stand off those photos a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and stick my florals down or together at least. With some wet adhesive. I just felt like I needed to cut out the centerpiece of, around, or the white piece that was sitting in there. So I just wanted to cut that off and stick all this together. While I'm doing all that, I will let you know I've left links below to all the people that are participating in this awesome YouTube hop for the month of December, or for the first 20 days of December. So they'll be left in the link in the description below. I'll go ahead and check them all out. I hope you're getting lots of inspiration for the month. I'll also leave a link to this cut file in the Etsy store, as well as a link to the Facebook group, the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. Virginia is giving away 4 free cut files so far, so go and check them out. Now I'm just sticking all of this down with some double-sided tape. I wanted to hold all those photos together, and I'm making sure that the photos are sitting just underneath that foliage of the Joy. I'm just going to go ahead and sort of rough that up a little bit to give it a little bit of dimension, as well as underneath some of those leaves along the side. I just wanted to give them a little bit of a lift as well and make sure they had plenty of dimension. So this layout comes together reasonably quickly. I am just going to check out what else I can put on this layout. I like that banner piece. It was just kind of covering up a little bit of the sky, but I do go ahead and change it out for this sticker. There was I think a street sign there, and it just made sense for me to cover it up. I mean, it didn't take away from the photo at all, but I thought it was a good spot to put that banner, so I'm laying that down. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some words to the bottom here, and I'm just picking out what else. I wanted to just have a tiny little bit of embellishment at the bottom there, and then I sort of have 3 somewhat clusters. So I'm just going to put those berry leaves at the bottom, or those holly leaves at the bottom there, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick out some of the decorations from the ephemera pack. I thought about using the houses. I liked how those baubles were sitting in the foliage because that was exactly what was happening on our street. But I couldn't find the third one. There was three in this packet of ephemera, but I do go ahead and cut one out of the cut apart sheet. I'm just looking through the A5 stack and there it is. So I'm going to cut that one out, which says joy as well. And I don't mind that it's got two joys. That's fine. So again, I'm just going to fussy cut that bauble out so I can hang it in the tree as well or in the foliage. So, have you been getting lots of Christmas scrapbooking done? I know I've just absolutely enjoyed this hop. It's really pushed me to get creative again. I feel like the last few months I've been in a bit of a creative rut. So, just not having time. We'd been in a lot of lockdowns and been at home a lot, but it just didn't create a lot of that kind of creative fun that I'm used to. And I'm really just enjoying creating here. So, it's been fantastic for me to really get back into it. And now, like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm doing something creative every day and just loving it. So I did decide to trim around those white sections just because I'd trimmed out that joy one and I wanted them to look the same. So I'm just sticking these down with some foam adhesive. I just wanted to make sure again that they had a bit of dimension there. I'm going to go ahead and stick that word banner down the bottom and pop these, stick these holly leaves together and then stick the berries down just on a foam square. And then I think that's about it for my layout. So I've really enjoyed creating today. I'll leave you with some close-ups at the end. Thanks again for joining me. Bye.